No, for the last about 16 years, I've been doing them with cameras.
Really?
Yeah, and this is a top-of-the-line setup. This little deal here is about $10,000.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's smarter than I am. I'll put it that way. But there's no arguing with the picture. And we're making you a digital recording of it, and they can email you that or whatever, and that way you can have that on
So
file.
we've got a movie.
Yes, ma'am, you do.
Whoa.
All right, here we go.
Was the other one a movie?
Yes, but he picked out the parts that were concerned.
Okay.
But we do have it all.
You have old cast iron pipe. That's what that looks like right there. And for its age, it looks relatively good. I don't see any breaks or separations like where this goes together right here. That's a clean. See the bugs in there? That's a good sign. There's no standing water.
Oh yeah, there's lots of.
Wait till you see the debris. What's that?
Oh, never mind.
Yeah. The guy's like, really? Did you just ask that?
That's all that the goodness. Now,
Goodness.
now see, this is where this is one branch coming into the main. See how it goes into it, like into a Y? And you can see a little water in the bottom. That's the bottom of the pipe. And we're making that little turn.
Where I see it clear. Maybe it just wasn't right on top of the other one.
And we see have another branch. See how it comes in through the back? And it's going back that way.
Now, did you zero out when you started?
Uh-huh. And also have a wand underneath, so if you find a point of concern, I can tell you exactly where that is. And we have another Y. This is terracotta, that orange color. It's like,
What does that mean?
it's the same material that plant pots are made out of.
Wow, really?
Uh-huh.
Aren't we learning?
This is the same stuff the Romans used. Same make, same everything.
No.
It lasts.
Romans built good stuff.
Oh, yes, they did. They were incredible engineers. Now, see all this stuff around the top? Okay.
Should I not ask what it is?
It's barnacles and growth. If it was black and slimy, it would be a concern. But since it's not, we're...
Proceeding on.
yes,
So
ma'am.
how far are we so far?
We're 42 feet and 11 inches.
Toward the back,
Uh-huh.
toward the rear?
Towards the street?
No.
Towards the back.
You can see where this increases from a 4 to 6 inch main, and there's another line coming into the side of it. Now we're getting into some goodness, like there, which is, you know, perfectly acceptable.
Right there. Stop. Go back. That. I think that might be the spiral crack.
Right there at the top.
So where is that?
checked it.
What is that?
That is 50 foot, roughly 50 foot from where we are right now, out the back. So this is under the backyard somewhere, roughly.
Yeah, that's what Gina's saying, is that's about what she thought it was.
Uh-huh. And I can take my wand and mark it outside and tell you exactly how many feet down and exactly where it is within 2 foot.
Okay. So what is it?
Here's the MSD map for the property.
You have the mains running right down the back, just like you said. So this is going to be, I want to guess, right out the back, underneath the porch area, 50 foot from here, roughly. That's exactly the same point.
Okay. So what is it?
Let me get you a little better picture here. Right here, you see these lines right here that at the top? This and this line right here, they're not perfectly, you know, symmetrical like this. They're kind of rough cracks. That's where the pipe has had pressure or something's growing against it or whatever, and it's cracked over age and time. But There's no roots penetrating it yet. So whatever was putting force on it, or it may have changed, may not have changed, but it hasn't completely collapsed or busted the pipe completely. It's
So
just
you can tell
cracked
us where
it.
that is out there?
Yes, ma'am, I can find it right now if you wanted me to.
Well, we can do it after.
Yeah.
Is that
Okay.
fine?
Can you find it without the camera being there? You're looking at the camera, correct?
Right.
So you would have to do it now?
Right.
Okay.
Or I can keep
On
going.
the way back.
Right. I can keep going, or I can do it on the way back.
On the way back's fine.
Okay.
Is that another one? No,
No, that's, you see how perfectly round it is?
no, the one further back.
No, it was a
No.
short piece. See how it's perfectly round?
A short piece?
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
See, this is probably a 5-footer. That's probably a 2-footer,
Oh, I
or
see.
maybe even shorter.
Okay.
But they cut it and made it to fit. But you see how smooth the bottom of the pipe is? And see the white stuff at the bottom? That's called cake.
Goodness and cake.
Yes, ma'am. The cake at the bottom
Turns it.
is very clean.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm shocked at how many bugs there are out there.
I can't wait to share this with Mel.
Now,
Yeah, I'll have to come back with
you
something.
see how that is on the bottom of that? How that?
That's cake.
That's cake, and that's you can tell where that has pooled, but it's going into a Y. I think we're almost going into the city. See how this goes in, and you got something coming out of the left-hand corner down this way. We're going into a Y now. I think we're into the city main now, because that is
That's at 57 feet.
roughly.
Okay. Cake and goodness.
Yes, ma'am. Those are better terms, and my better half has told me to use those lovely terms. Now, you see how that little water is pooling out there? That's telling me there's either a belly or an occlusion of some type down here shortly coming up.
A belly.
Where the belly's out like that, where it's holding water. See, there's no water here, very little. See how it gets thinner and thinner until there's almost none in the bottom right-hand corner, right there. But as I come back this way, it gets deeper. So it has a dip in it, a belly.
So is that good or bad? Yeah.
That is not good. But it's not holding a lot of stuff. It has enough fall where it washes it on down. So it will collect a little bit and wash them down. But for the age of this pipe, it is immaculate.
I was gonna say, this is my second
Oh, you've done this
pipe.
before?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yes.
And I've never, and even looking at your pictures, I've never, compared to the other one I've seen, this is like,
Right. Now, see, here's a little point of concern. You see this on the top
that's the
left-hand?
root, isn't it?
And that's coming through the seam where it goes together, which is very, very common. A jetting will clean that out and cut that root out and stop it from growing back.
So that's at 84 feet, so that's gonna be way back there somewhere. Or
Exactly.
are you,
You're probably close to your property line, I would say. Because you only go out maybe 40 so feet behind the house, you get your root.
It's mine now.
Oh.
For right now, it's mine.
Your property line is probably about 40 foot behind or so from the edge of the house to where the fence is. So I can tell you exactly where that is right now.
okay, well, do we wanna look at where that is? I mean, it's pretty far out there.
I'd be curious to know, but.
Sure, I mean,
Here's a question.
Uh-huh.
Is there any chemical deterrent for tree roots rather than
yes, yes.
physical?
It's
Yeah.
called a
Yeah.
tree blocker, a root blocker, root killer. You can get it at Lowe's or Home Depot,
Okay.
and just flush it down. You just mix it real gently in like a container that you're going to use for nothing else because it is a poison and it will kill your animals, harm you, and do really, really bad things to children. Okay? So use it in a bucket that you want to destroy or put up and label only for this use. You
Do
can't
you have to
chemical-
wait to use the water again or the line?
No, you just push it in there and you flush it down and let it sit for a little bit for a few hours, like do it in the morning when you're getting ready to go to work. You put it in there, you put it in your toilet, and you flush it, and you let it alone. When you come home, do it like once or twice a week for a month or so. There you go.
Okay. If we could locate that,
Sure. I'm going to stop the
It's
recording.
pretty far away, but we can figure out what it is maybe.
it'd be nice to have a landmark.